Hello, my name is Salima Parmack and I'm the Facilities Manager for the service. I'm really pleased to welcome you to our latest podcast. Let's start by taking a look at what we've been up to the last few months. As with many areas of our work this year, we've had to think differently about the way in which we celebrated the achievements of our staff and members of the public. These are usually recognised at our awards ceremony, which takes place in the late spring at the Guildhall in Salisbury. On the 3rd of November, we came together online to celebrate with many members of staff who had achieved their long service and good conduct medals. This year also saw the formal introduction of DWFRS long service certificates recognising 40 and 50 years of public service. The internal event also saw firefighter Jennifer Smith from Salisbury receive a Chief Fire Officer's commendation for her actions at a road traffic collision on the Corfe Castle to Studland Road. On a day out with her family, firefighter Smith came across the serious RTC, and her brave and courageous actions included administering CPR until the emergency services arrived. Blue Watch Swindon and Safeguarding Lead, Joe McGowan, attended the event and received the Making a Difference Award in recognition of their hard work, persistence and determination in enhancing the quality of life and improving the health of a couple in Swindon following a safeguarding case. Award recipients were joined virtually by their family and friends and the Lord Lieutenants of Dorset and Wiltshire, Mr Angus Campbell and Mrs Sarah Rose Troughton. We were also delighted to welcome the High Sheriffs of both counties, Major General Ashley Truelock of Wiltshire and Mr George Stretfield of Dorset. The High Sheriffs chose the event to award the service with High Sheriffs Community Awards. These awards recognise the commitment of staff for keeping their community safe during the coronavirus pandemic. A huge congratulations to all staff that received medals and awards this year. With the new academic year came the challenge of delivering our educational roadshow, Safe Drive, Stay Alive. As we are unable to deliver our shows in schools, the team considered how we could ensure this next cohort didn't miss out on this life-changing education. By asking speakers to pre-record their accounts using Microsoft Teams to run live shows, the teams have been working on making the presentations more impactful digitally to compensate for not having live speakers. There are now some bespoke media and some existing public media being used to create a powerful digital show. During August and September, the team conducted several trials with our road safety partners, our sponsors and colleagues from across the service. The feedback has been phenomenal, with around 30 schools now booked for delivery. In addition, the Ministry of Defence loved the format so much they wanted us to deliver our military equivalent, Survive the Drive, in the same way. Halloween and Bonfire Night are normally a time when the education team deliver safety stories in libraries and at school assemblies to remind children, their parents and carers how to keep themselves safe. As we were unable to do this year, we created a new fantastic safety story video read by firefighter Paul. This was sent to all primary schools with additional resources for teachers to use before Bonfire Night, including burns prevention for the call, cover and call action should someone get burnt. We used the hashtag #BeBurnsAware in support of National Burns Awareness Day. It was also made available on our website, YouTube and other social media platforms for parents and carers to access at home and has had nearly 3,000 views. Coronavirus did not stop staff from across the service participating in acts of remembrance in November. Employing social distancing, uniformed and corporate staff were able to pay their respects and remember those that made the ultimate sacrifice. Although we were unable to hold an official event due to lockdown restrictions, wreaths were laid at our headquarters in Salisbury for the Fire and Rescue Service, the Fire Authority, the unions represented within our service and the Retired Firefighters Associations. In early October, we launched our whole-time recruitment process following a strong positive attraction campaign. The campaign featured targeted social media advertising and working with local community leaders to leaflet drop and utilising our social media channels to run myth-busting and live Q&A sessions. During the week, candidates were able to register their interest and we received over 1,000 applications. During October, potential recruits completed the online sections of the process. Following this, the remaining applicants were invited to complete a full application to attend fitness testing in early December. Due to coronavirus restrictions, we ran our testing programme in a different way to normal. This was all done under the watchful eye of trained members of staff from across the organisation. Those successful will now progress to practical testing in January, and the interview stages will take place in March. We hope to have new recruits in place next summer. During the summer months and into autumn, we were able to carry out physical, safe and well visits to some members of the public that we had contacted by phone early in the pandemic. Unfortunately, as this situation has changed, we will continue to visit those homes that are recognised high risk from fire and contact all other residents to provide safe and well advice over the telephone. When it is safe to do so, we will follow up with a full safe and well visit. All Level 1 incident commanders are required to complete a virtual reality incident command assessment every 2 years. Previously, the only place this assessment could take place was Salisbury Command Suite, which meant significant travel times for some staff. The introduction of the XVR vans means that we can take the assessments to hub stations spread across our service area. The candidate can view a TV screen stood at the back of the door of the vehicle under the gazebo, and they can control an avatar around the incident using a joystick. An assessor and a facilitator are situated in the van, controlling the scenario, participating as characters, and assessing the candidate's performance through headphones and watching the screen. By taking these vans to stations, we can keep whole-time crews on duty and on-call staff available rather than being operationally unavailable as they have to travel from Salisbury for their assessment. This helps the service maintain operational cover. Now it's time to have a look at some of the operational activities that we've been involved with. In early September, crews from Dorchester and Poole organised a road traffic collision exercise in a disused chalk pit just outside Dorchester. The exercise was designed to test the safe working at height skills of the teams as well as rescue skills involved in a road traffic collision. The exercise involved staff from across the service with representatives from human resources taking part as casualties. One night in September, fire control officers took the first of several calls reporting smoke issuing from a derelict hotel in Jervis Road, Bournemouth. More than 75 firefighters from across the service, along with colleagues from Hampshire, dealt with their fire that spread into the entire building. Firefighters acted to protect 2 adjacent occupied hotels, both of which needed to be evacuated. At one point, embers from the main fire caused a roof ignition of a neighbouring hotel, which required the quick thinking of crews to prevent this spreading throughout that premises. Firefighters were called to reports of a fire in the kitchen of a semi-detached thatched property in Poxwell to the east of Weymouth in October. When they arrived, it was clear that the fire had developed and the thatch was involved. Over 50 firefighters set to work salvaging as many possessions as possible and dealing with the fire in the roof space. This was a protracted incident which involved teams from across Dorset. Unfortunately, the roof of the property and that of the attached cottage was destroyed in the fire. Visit our website for top tips on keeping safe within your thatched home, and while you're there, you can also request a free safe and well input from us. Crews in the Swindon area dealt with 2 significant utilities incidents in 2 days at the end of October, with a major gas leak on Friday the 30th and a burst water main on Saturday the 31st. The gas leak required firefighters to stay on scene for 12 hours to ensure safety, while engineers worked to make necessary repairs. The water leak saw 10 homes evacuated and firefighters busy helping affected residents and pumping water away. Throughout October, November and December, firefighters across Bournemouth, Christchurch, Poole and Fire Control are participating in training exercises in partnership with Bournemouth University. The university has kindly allowed us to use empty premises at Royal London House in Lansdowne to conduct high-rise training. These exercises are designed to put into practice some of the learning from the Grenfell Tower fire, including the role of an evacuation officer. The vital role that fire control play providing fire survival guidance during an incident and the new smoke hoods that we have now purchased. The provision of these hoods that we have now procured in partnership with all other fire and rescue services in the South West was one of the recommendations from Phase 1 of the Grenfell Tower public inquiry. They assist in the protection of casualties from toxic fire-related gases, vapours and particles for at least 15 minutes while escaping. We have now had to complete these exercises under coronavirus restrictions. This has enabled us to find new ways of working with which to continue our training whilst complying with all current procedures. Part of the National Building Risk Review Programme, the protection team are currently undertaking audits of all high-rise residential premises within the service area. This review will support the responsible person to better understand their building, assisting with firefighting knowledge and ultimately ensuring the safety of occupants. In October, firefighters from across the service participated in the high-rise capability assessments using the fireground training facilities at the Fire Service College at Moreton-in-Marsh. As with the exercises we carried out in Bournemouth, these assessments have been designed to develop best practice of carrying out total evacuations of high-rise buildings. They tested our procedures and the role of fire control in giving fire survival guidance, providing some key learning points and recommendations for all operational and tactical staff. I hope you've enjoyed watching our podcast. Please visit our website if you'd like any more information about anything that you've seen. Stay safe and don't forget to look out for our festive safety reminders on social media and our website.